Wicked, what? He on here? Anyway, here's a little story. This happened last night. I am somewhere along the coast of the state you call Florida. And I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I'm passing like a pharmacy store. I don't like to say corporation names because it's just like free advertisement in a way. Don't start thinking of company names, please. Anyway, I know you're doing it anyway. I asked you not to. But anyway, so I'm walking down the street on the sidewalk, and I am jaywalking like a motherfucker. I just jaywalk left and right. I think it's hilarious. It's like, that's illegal. I get it. Why it's a problem. But like, I don't know. If you're obstructing traffic, you probably half the time just have been run over. So it's like, if you're gonna jaywalk, look both ways, like Mama said. Anyway, to get on with the story eventually, I'm walking on the sidewalk, and I walk past like this little tree with a little bush at the bottom, and like there's like a sudden like a sudden like sound and movement or something, it like sort of startled me a little bit. And I guess it sort of startled her too, and it was a homeless woman that was there, and she was telling me all of these stories about like her experience since like she's been in that predicament. Is my hair okay? Good. Are you comfortable? Good. You doing all right? Good. So, well, let me finish. So anyway, so I started talking to her, and she starts telling me all these stories about how, people have been treating her like she's homeless, which she is, but, it's just like, treating her that way, like for example, her best example story that she told me was like, she went into a store and bought a toothbrush and then used their public bathroom to brush her teeth and was kicked out for brushing her teeth. And it's like, maybe there's a policy against that or something, or some technicality, but like, she didn't like dirty up your bathroom or like use excessive water or, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't anything about it that was like actually a problem. Like, the problem with homelessness, when in terms of how it affects businesses, is oftentimes like obstructing from customers or sort of like making wear on things or like leaving garbage or stuff. You know what I mean? But like things that don't cause problems, I don't think are bad things to provide for homeless people. I mean, at the very least, and for now, because we're going to take care of the homeless people. They're not going to be homeless for long. But anyway, back to the story. Goddamn. So I get sidetracky. There's a lot to talk about here. Anyway, so it comes to find out that she actually had money on her Cash App. Shit, I said a corporation name. And she just didn't know how to access it, and so I like stopped and like kind of walked her through, and gosh, some people's degree of understanding technology is crazy. Like, she just didn't have a concept of how the whole thing worked, and I'm not calling her stupid whatsoever. She just wasn't familiar with that phone, and I get it. I half was too, but so anyway, so I walked her through getting the money moved to a position in her app that she could then use it, and it was just a really interesting sort of example and happening in the story, because oftentimes we don't want to help the needy because we feel like either they're going to take advantage of us or they're going to use it in some way that is also taking advantage of us, lying to us, or going to perpetuate whatever affliction they have in their life, right? Like, if I give you $5 and you don't go buy a sandwich and you just use it to buy crack or whatever, you know what I mean? Which exacerbates that person being homeless, you know? And so, so the neat thing is that I was able to help her in a way where it didn't actually, I didn't have to sacrifice and give her anything of any material resource value amount. You know what I mean? Like neither money or food or, whatever. And it still helped her. And like really what it was that made the difference that allowed that to happen was my choice to stop and talk to her at all. And, just treat her with respect, treat her not like she's poverty. Because the truth is, there's and there's studies on this too, that if you think you're poverty, that's what sort of perpetuates poverty. And so as we treat these fellow humans like they're worthless pieces of garbage, that's a big thing that contributes to them being that way. Now, to be fair, I also am not telling you to engage with and help every homeless person, because many of them are just really driven by addiction and have no gratitude for anything. To be honest with you, some of them are just like flat out of their minds, seriously, and sometimes dangerous, honestly, But again, I'm never to speak against compassion, but yeah, it's going away soon.